So for today's episode, I have some leftover potatoes. My crane is moving. So I have some boiled potatoes here that have been sitting in the fridge for I think close to a week now. It's still good. I smelled it. No weird smells. I think I'm gonna fry it up, and then I also found these tin mussels from Trader Joe's. I have some herbs. I want to make like a nice little bright like vinaigrette sauce. I also have like some leftover caramelized yogurt dip that I made a couple weeks ago, an onion, and I also found these really great mushrooms that I also want to saute. So, yeah, we're gonna make a dynamite Japanese baked mussel fry. Everything to construct what is a sauce. I'm gonna show you this. This is a sauce that I made I think last week. This is yogurt, some mayo, spices. I caramelized an onion because the onion was going bad. A little green onions as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of it, and it's going to be the base of it. I'm not gonna use all of it. I would like to, but uh, I just don't think the yogurt's stable enough because I'm gonna be broiling the sauce and I want like a nice little crust. So I'm going to put a dollop right there. I'm going to cut the green part of a scallion really quick. Here right now because it's the summertime. So I'm just going to drop it in like so. I'm also going to cut another segment of lemon to give it some brightness. I've got some mayo that I'm going to put in. Okay, gonna hit it with a little bit of salt because I know that the dip that I had used isn't that spicy. I'll also hit it with some black pepper and a little bit of paprika. Holy shit. I put way too much paprika in. That was a mistake, but that's okay. We're gonna work through it. Oh god. Hopefully this will be good, all the paprika. I don't know. I should give this thing a taste test. That was crazy right now what I just did. I need to close this. You know what? Not bad. It's actually okay. If anything, maybe I'll just put a little bit more of lemon just to cut it through. Take that seed out. That was hilarious. I'm gonna play it through though. I'm glad it wasn't salt or something like that. But if that's the case, I would have put the rest of the, I would have put the rest of the dip in, and then I would put more mayo in to try to salvage it. It's just I would have a lot of it at the end of the day, and I would have to just keep cutting it with mayo and stuff like that. Okay, then we have the mussels. Like, I really don't need all of this just because we have so much richness from the potato, you know, from the sauce. I still have chimichurri that has like olive oil in it, so I'm just I may keep it aside and I could use it for like another like a vinaigrette of some sort, or I might use it to stir it in if this is still not tasty enough, but I'm gonna taste this again. So yeah, so that's good. take it from a pan that I already have because it's around. I don't know, you use olive oil, butter. I'm only really just doing a little bit of the mushrooms, and I'm going to save that for something else, the rest of them. And yeah, we're going to saute this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just basically add a little bit at a time. I don't know if I want to just add everything. I want to make sure that the ratio of this solution to my fries is like kind of even. Also, it's just like a really big portion. I'm not that hungry. Honestly. I mean, I'm sorry to say, usually I am, but I'm just not. So I'm just going to make like a serving for myself. So if you see, I have a little bit of mushrooms and a little bit of mussel. And the texture of everything is kind of similar. So it's kind of nice because I beefed it up, you know. And if I didn't have mussels, I probably would be just fine with you know, the oyster mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir everything in. You know, to be quite honest, I bet I can even take a little bit of this. Let's see, I'll give it a taste. Over the pot, it's pretty hot. I do have my potatoes. So what I did with the potatoes is I actually cut them up and I gave a little squeeze, kind of like so. Now I want to do that because I want to build like crackles into the oil. I mean, into the potato. So that way it's not too pillowy. I want them to be crispy and I want that little pillow, but I also do want some texture, like with the edges. Okay, so I actually redid this. I actually added some oil. I actually cleaned it up a little bit, and I put half the batch in there. Just that way there's room for it to cook better. But I am still going to put it in for a double fry, just so it has a nice, like, crisp to it. The oil is really, really hot. I know because I was kind of chilling out, trying to cool down, because the kitchen is really hot. So this second fry is going to be much quicker. And for the second fry, since you're really just crisping it up, you can put the whole thing in, and it's perfectly okay. Don't overfill the oil in your pan. You notice I didn't really assemble how everything's going to look. So we have our potatoes. They've been chilling. They're still pretty warm. I mean, they're still pretty crunchy, too, so it doesn't matter to me. They're going to heat up anyways in the oven. And then I kind of want to just assemble them to where they'll stand up to the mussels. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my solution of mix and kind of, we're going to put it on top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my toaster oven and I'm going to put it on that broiled toast setting for probably a good, I'd say, I don't know, I would keep looking at it for a good like 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm looking for, you'll see like a brulee topping on it. So I'm just gonna get the rest of the sauce. You kind of want a little bit of a spread out layer. So that way you can kind of get a total like. If you notice, the top is nice and bruleed. It's really, there's a little bit of a shell, and that's what we want on it. You can tell like the potatoes are kind of cooked. So what I'm gonna do is, this was in the fridge, so it's like a little bit nice and cold, and the freshness of the herbs is really gonna just kind of be a nice little hit of acidity. We do have lemon in, the sauce that we bruleed, but I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit, get a little bit of the onion. I'll try to also drown out some of the olive oil and lemon. And plate. I have a towel because this is very hot. So I'm just kind of doing that. And then I usually will have this on the side if you want more. So pick it up. Check it out. Have it. We have Dynamite Fries. Remember, the world is a dumpster fire, and after this weekend, it is an absolute dumpster fire, but your meals don't have to be. See you next time. But